Hello world, this is Jeffrey, JJB146 Blake. We are back for round 2. This time Lincoln is on the left, and I'm actually sitting on the right. So Lincoln is still piloting that same Charizard Dusknoir deck that we saw in round 1, and I'm over here with Regidrago. So we will see how this goes. Looks like Lincoln's having to start a Pheasantipity, whereas I'm starting Regidrago V. Lincoln's going first, gets down a Nest Ball to pull out a Pokemon of his choosing, a basic Pokemon. He's going for Charmander and chooses a 60 HP Charmander. I think with against Regidrago, you're going to expect them to be able to use Dragapult EX's attack fairly quickly. So that should always be a 70 HP Charmander. And I think Lincoln's now just doing some prize checking. Good for him. And we see an Ultra Ball to grab. Okay, deciding to keep the collapsed stadium and discard a Charizard. I'd probably get rid of the collapsed stadium there myself. But we do get a 70 HP Charmander this time. So, well, we started to. Looks like Lincoln's trying to decide between another Charmander or a Pidgeot. Or a Duskull. Oh, the answer is never Duskull. Duskull is next to meaningless in this matchup. The Pidgey's okay, depending on what the rest of Lincoln's hand looks like. But again, we know there's Collapsed Stadium. I don't know what the other card was. I think that keeping Charizard EX would have been stronger, though. I'm able to bench a Teal Mask Ogerpon and immediately use its Teal Dance ability to draw a card. Looks like it gave me a Professor's Research, but not a research that I really want to use just yet, because I have 2 copies of Regidrago VSTAR in hand. I do have an Energy Switch, might even be 2 Energy Switch available, so I think it's worth it for me to actually play the Energy Switch and move the energy over. Because Regidrago V is not in danger. But I decide ultimately against it. I think... Okay, so what I changed my mind for there, I decided that I was likely going to... I was a little flabbergasted for a second. I decided that I was going to go ahead and use the first attack on Regidrago V. And because that could potentially power up Drago V completely, I didn't want to move the energy over yet. So that's what I did, was I used that first attack, figuring that I can move that energy next time if I need to. And it looks like I won't have to. I like that play because I wasn't going to be able to get off an attack anyways. And I'm probably going to use the V-Star early, because otherwise I have to get rid of everything with a research next turn. Ultra Ball here, we can so I'm gonna get rid of one Drago V and something else. It's kind of inconsequential, but what I'll be getting here is almost certainly a Dragapult EX, and then I'll get rid of the Dragapult EX with the Professor's Research. There's Dragapult.
Hello.
And double checking. I saw it right. Dragapult coming down. And okay. Shuffle up, and then we will make the rest of the play happen. At this point, I'm mostly just looking for ways to set up stuff for next turn. I'm going to get a knockout on... I'd probably take a knockout on the Pidgey and put 1 damage counter on this Charmander so that he has to evolve both on the next turn in order to prevent me from getting another prize there.
No, they moved.
And I go ahead and attach a Fire Energy to the Teal Mask Ogerpon before I play the Research. This is so that I just have it and can move it over with the Energy Switch if I hit another one or if I have to use the V-Star. Excuse me. Here I'm turning my dragons sideways just to show what attacks are available. Yeah, it looks like I don't have much in the way of available Pokemon. I'm fingering a Earthen Vessel, but I think we're good. Just waiting. See, I'm not sure how much I like this VSTAR. I'm forcing myself to go ahead and get more in play, but I think saving that VSTAR for later could be much more powerful. It'll let me get, the more options you have for making a decision, the better. I do decide to get the boss's orders back, and looking at the rest of my hand, it may just be a Pokemon search card. See, I'm not going to use the boss's orders yet. The only thing that I think might be coming into play here is the knowledge that it is actually technically possible for Lincoln to get... Well, no, he doesn't have a Duskull down, so he can't even make a Duskull play to take a knockout here. So yeah, I think that was just a mistake on my part. And I really think I should have seen what I got off the prize from the Pidgey and gone from there, and maybe next turn made a play. If the Dragapult had not been in the discard yet, then that's a whole different thing. But with him there, I think I rushed things too much with that. And I think that's a mistake too. I think putting one on the 70 HP Charmander is better. Putting it on the 60 lets him just evolve the 60 and not be worried about a knockout. I do play Hawlucha, so it's possible that I'm looking at that. I might be trying to be a little tricky. And yeah, if I can get there. So I'm just going to attach an Evolve. Use the VSTAR ability to attach another grass. And I do not have a way to get Hawlucha yet. Oh, but I can boss up the 70. Okay. Yeah, I can boss up the 70 and put 60 down, and this way the game's over. So it worked out. I was thinking that there was going to be a Hawlucha play that sort of achieved the same thing, but I didn't even need Hawlucha, so it worked out. The glare just kind of went away. So that was... Hopefully the camera and the lighting stays like this. I don't know what changed, but it's a welcome change. I don't really have any notes for Lincoln from that game, because that was just an example of bad luck on his side, unfortunately. You know, when you don't draw anything, the only difference would have been not initially getting the 60 HP Charmander, getting the 70 first, and then if you're able to get multiple 60s, that's better. But other than that, no notes, no comments. Sorry for the bad luck. And now we see Mew versus Charmander. That's a better start for Lincoln already. We see a Nest Ball come out. And Pidgey. That's return from Lincoln. And of course it's turn 1, so he can't really do anything yet. And I top deck a Squawkabilly. So it looks like I have a pretty decent hand. I can use Teal Mask and Squawkabilly. I can get a Drago here. I have Ultra Ball in hand, so I could get a second Teal Mask. I might be able to get a turn 1 attack here even. I think this has to be for another Teal Mask, unless I'm looking for something to discard. Whoa. There we go. That's another good option. Certainly having Dragapult's attack ready next turn would be big. See Lincoln leaning onto the table. Not exactly thrilled with the turn of events as it's been unfolding. I go ahead, I use Squawk and Seize to discard my small hand and draw 6 new cards. What a mighty six they are. I mean, in some ways, in other ways not. Like, I have no meaningful cards other than Professor's Research to let me draw more cards. So I go ahead. I decide to bench the Radiant Charizard. In retrospect, I'm not sure that that's correct. I can set up some plays with a Dragapult attack, but I think that Radiant Zard is probably in this matchup going to be as much of a hindrance as it is a help. But I do bench the Ogerpon, and I can get started in the game. So we'll use Teal Mask, Teal Dance, draw one. We can Teal Dance again with the Grass Energy that we got there. And that will do it for me, folks. So I'm able to attach for turn. I'm able to use now 2 energy switches to move those energies onto Regidrago V. And then I will take a knockout. I'll retreat with Muse Free Retreat and take a knockout on that Charmander while putting 30 damage on the Pidgey. I can play the Buddy Buddy Poffin. Looks like he's getting a Charmander. And started to get another Charmander, but wanted to switch him out for 70 HPs. So he learned from the first game that when you're against Drago, you want 70 HP Pokemon. So that's good. Good to see. Unfortunately, from what I saw of his hand, there wasn't a whole lot else for Lincoln to do. So he goes ahead and he passes. I get another Drago V. I go ahead, attach to the Radiant Charizard, and I play another Research down. Teal Dance. I'm trying to decide. Looks like I'm going for an Ultra Ball. I'm not sure what I want to get off of the Ultra Ball. Maybe I decided against using it just for that reason. And again, now I feel like the play is just 3 and 3. Yeah, it looks like that's what it did in the moment as well. Again, I'm facing the difficult decision of which Charmander to send up. Oh wait, I may have not done 3 and 3. I wish we could block the glare for just a moment, because okay, yeah, I did 10 and 5. I'm not sure why I did 10 and 5, honestly, but it creates some interesting situations. Again, I think I was looking for potential math with Hawlucha. I don't know that that really creates anything meaningful. We do see an Ultra Ball to get Hisuian Gudra VSTAR, and then an Earthen Vessel to discard the Gudra. And I'm just getting some Grass Energies in order to Teal Dance with. The math is there, so I use it and just take out both Charmanders. Lincoln doesn't draw anything, and game 2, unfortunately, is over almost as fast as game 1. And again, no notes for Lincoln. There's nothing he could have done better. Notes for me all over the place, I guess. A little here and there things that I could have done better. But yeah, I think Lincoln just didn't have playable cards. Unfortunately, that happens sometimes. We'll be back. If you watch this far, this episode probably wasn't all that entertaining. But at least you got to see the power of Regidrago a little bit. And I thank you for watching, and we'll be back next time with a more interesting match.